Dear friends, today let us discuss what is Buddha's Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path refers to the right view, right thought, right speech, right behavior, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Right view means to thoroughly understand the fourfold truth, to believe in the law of cause and effect, and not to be deceived by apprehensions and desires. Right thought means the resolution not to cherish desires, not to be greedy, not to be angry, and not to do any harmful deeds. Right speech means the avoidance of lying words, ideal words, abusive words, and double tongues. Right behavior means not to destroy any life, not to steal, or not to commit adultery. Right livelihood means to avoid any life that would bring shame. Right effort means to try to do one's best diligently toward the right direction. Right mindfulness means to maintain a pure and thoughtful mind. Right concentration means to keep the mind right and tranquil for its concentration, seeking to realize the mind's pure essence. The four viewpoints to be considered are: first, to consider the body impure, seeking to remove all attachments to it. Second, to consider the senses as a source of suffering, whatever their feelings of pain or pleasure may be. Third, to consider the mind to be in a constant state of flux. And fourth, to consider everything in the world as being a consequence of cause and conditions, and that nothing remains unchanged forever. The four right procedures are: first, to prevent any evil from starting; second, to remove any evil as soon as it starts; and third, to induce the doing of good deed; and fourth, to encourage the growth and continuance of good deeds that have already started. One must endeavor to keep these four procedures. The four faculties of power are: first, the faith to believe; second, the will to make the endeavor; third, the faculty of alertness; fourth, the ability to concentrate one's mind; and fifth, the ability to maintain clear wisdom. These five faculties are necessary powers to attain enlightenment. The perfection of six practices for reaching the other sort of enlightenments are: the path of offering, the path of keeping precepts, the path of endurance, the path of endeavor, the path of concentration of mind, and the path of wisdom. By following these paths, one can surely pass from the shore of delusion over to the shore of enlightenment. The practice of offering gets rid of selfishness. The practice of percept, keeping one's thoughts to the right and comforts of others. The practice of endurance helps one to control a fearful and angry mind, and the practice of endeavor helps one to be delight and faithful. The practice of concentration helps one to control a wandering and futile mind, and the practice of wisdom changes a dark and confused mind into a clear and penetrating insight. Offering and keeping precepts make the foundation necessary to build a great castle on. Endurance and endeavor are the walls of the castle and that protects it against enemies from outside. Concentration and wisdom are the personal armors that protects one against the assaults of life and death. If one gives away a gift only when convenient or because it is easier to give than not to give, it's an offering, of course, but it's not a true offering. A true offering comes from a sympathetic heart before any request is made, and a true offering is the one that gives not occasionally but constantly. Neither it is true offering if after the act there are feelings of regret or of self-praise. A true offering is the one that is given with pleasure, forgetting oneself as the giver and the one who receives it and gift itself. True offering brings spontaneously from one's pure, compassionate heart with no thought of any return, wishing to enter into a life of enlightenment together. There are 7 kinds of offering which can be practiced by even those who are not wealthy. The first is the physical offering. This is to offer service by one's labor. The highest type of this offering is to offer one's own life, as is shown in the following story. The second is the spiritual offering. This is to offer compassion